This is very interesting. During World War II, military analysts noticed that planes returning from battle had bullet holes concentrated in certain areas, such as the wings and the fuselage. So they came up with a brilliant idea. Let's reinforce those areas on all the planes to protect them. Smart, right? Well, not really. As statistician Abraham Wall pointed out, they were only looking at the planes that returned, the planes that survived. And the areas where they were hit were the areas where they can take the damage and still fly back home. He recommended that the armor should be placed on the areas that had the least amount of damage. Not the most, but the least amount of damage, such as the engine and cockpit, because damage to those areas is probably what caused the other planes to crash. This is a classic example of the survivorship bias, which is the logical error of concentrating on the group that survived a certain selection process while overlooking the group that did not. So the successful subgroup is mistaken for the entire group. Man, I think we should drop out of school. It's fine. Notice the most successful people never finished school or college. Walt Disney, Richard Branson, Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg. That is the Mark Zuckerman. I can't resist. I can't resist, I have to say it. Again, this is survivorship bias. You are focusing on people who survived dropping out of school or college. But for every successful dropout, there are thousands of unsuccessful ones. You don't usually hear about them because these cases are not special, they're not interesting, they're not noteworthy, nobody wants to report on them. Tonight on 60 Minutes, we cover the story of Bob Johnson, who dropped out of school. He is now flipping burgers at McDonald's. Back to you, John. By focusing on the survivors, you grossly overestimate your chances of success. Instead, you should factor in the overwhelming majority that did not survive, the ones that failed, the ones that died. You should visit the cemetery. That would give you a more accurate picture. Does this mean that you cannot succeed if you drop out of school? No, you can succeed, but it is very unlikely, so be careful. Or take Russian roulette, for example.
It's called Russian roulette. Usually you put a single bullet into the revolver, give it a spin, and pull the trigger.
Man, Russian roulette is not really that dangerous. I spoke to 5 people who played it before. They're still alive. Oh, wow. The people you spoke to are alive? How surprising. Do you know why you were not able to speak to any of the hundreds of people who did not survive Russian roulette? Because they're all dead.
Ya amor.